I'm starting out by priming the eyes, and this step is essential. By priming, you'll ensure the shadow lasts all day long and appears as pigmented as possible. I'm using the Catrice one today because my eyes are a little on the dry side and the consistency of this product suits my skin's condition at the moment, and because it's great and affordable as well. The brush I'm using today is the Sedona Lace EB09. It's one of my all-time favourite fluffy blending brushes. I'm taking a little of my face powder now on that brush and I'm sweeping it over the entire eye area, just anywhere where I applied the primer to set it in place. My eyeshadow of choice is this shimmery golden brown one from number 7. I've picked some up on my brush and now I'm sweeping it across the eyelid. I'm using sweeping motions opposed to patting motions because I actually find the shadow applies better in this way. But when you're applying the product like this, fallout is bound to happen, so that's why I had a cotton pad there just to catch that excess eyeshadow. I've blended that shadow up into the crease as well with circular motions, and once I'm happy with how it looks, then I'm moving on to the shape. So I like to elongate my shadows, so for the next step you can either squeeze the tip of the brush between your fingers like I'm doing here to map out that line, or if you find it's too hard to work with the brush in this way, you can do what I've done in a previous video. Basically, I'm adapting my brush by taking a small bobble between my index finger and thumb. I'm putting it onto the brush. Once it's on the ferrule, steady the elastic with your thumb so that it doesn't pop off, and with the other hand you want to twist the elastic and use your index finger and thumb again to loop the bobble over the brush head. Once the bobble has been wrapped around twice, slide it up the ferrule and onto the bristles. The further you move up the bobble, the more tapered the brush hairs will be, and you can use the brush in this way instead to give that extended line. Just do whatever is easiest for you. So once I've got that line in place, I'm going to blend my eyeshadow in from that line. I use the shimmer shadow for this look today because there's more than one colour in the eyeshadow, so it'll give the eyes some more dimension opposed to if I had have used a matte shadow, because matte kind of looks flat. I've cleaned off my brush and now I'm picking up some more of my face powder and I'm dusting this underneath the brow, and I'm killing two birds with one stone here. This is going to act as a matte highlight underneath the brow, but it's also going to help soften the edges of the eyeshadow, and if you've blended your shadow up too high, you can use the face powder as like an eraser here, just to pull the shadow back down. I've just picked up some shadow on my finger and sprayed it with a setting spray. You can use a little water either if you don't have one, and I'm just patting this onto the centre of the lid. When you blend a shimmery eyeshadow, I find that you lose a bit of that sparkle, and that's working in my favour today because it makes the colour in the crease and the colour on the lid look like two different ones, especially now with that extra pop in the centre of the lid. Now I'm tight lining, which just means I'm applying a liner to my upper waterline, and then I'm slightly smudging it up onto the upper lash line, and this will give some definition to that area and help to conceal the band of lashes I'm about to apply. I'm going in with a pair of really nice natural lashes by Kiss, and I'm just laying them down in the centre of my upper lash line, just above my own lashes, and then I'm tacking down the outer and inner corners. I have a full beginners friendly video on how to apply lashes, and I'll leave that in the card above in case you haven't seen it. The lashes have these kind of clear markings on the band, so I'm just covering those up now with some liquid liner to hide the fact that I'm wearing lashes. I'm applying some shadow now on the outer third of the lower lash line with my blending brush, and if you didn't want to use the brush in this way or with the bobble, you can use a cotton bud instead. And excuse my bloodshot eye, sometimes my eyes get a little irritated from the lights. Then all I'm doing is applying some mascara to blend my own lashes in with the false ones, and that's it. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial